The restaurant was filled with laughter, birthday songs, and families celebrating together. Yet one woman stood quietly near the entrance, dressed in an elegant navy blue suit, holding a small gift bag meant for herself. She owned billion-dollar companies, private jets, and luxury homes, but on the one evening she wanted to celebrate her birthday like everyone else, there wasn't a single table left for her. No one recognized the lonely woman behind the famous name. As she turned to leave, believing she would spend another birthday alone, a voice from across the room called out, "Ma'am, you can have our table." What happened over the next 2 hours changed 2 lives forever. Sometimes the greatest gifts are not wrapped in expensive paper. Sometimes they come from complete strangers with kind hearts. Stay with me until the end because this story proves that one simple act of kindness can create a miracle that money could never buy. Before we begin, welcome to the Kindness Hub, where every story reminds us that kindness can change lives. If you enjoy heartwarming stories like this, please subscribe, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us spread more hope and kindness around the world. Emily Carter had built one of the largest technology companies in America. Business magazines called her the Queen of Innovation. Her calendar was always packed with meetings, investors, and interviews. But when the cameras disappeared and the office lights turned off, silence followed her home. 5 years earlier, Emily had lost both of her parents within months of each other. She had never married, and her long hours at work slowly pushed every friendship away. Every birthday became another reminder that success could not replace family. This year she promised herself something different. She made a reservation at a cozy family restaurant she had loved years ago. She wanted nothing fancy. Just a quiet dinner, a slice of chocolate cake, and maybe a chance to remember happier days. But when she arrived, the hostess looked embarrassed. "I'm so sorry, ma'am. We accidentally overbooked tonight. Every table is full." Emily forced a smile. "It's all right. These things happen." She thanked the hostess and turned toward the door. She didn't want anyone to see the tears gathering in her eyes. Across the restaurant sat a young father named Daniel with his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. They were sharing a large pizza while laughing over a silly drawing Lily had made on her napkin. Lily noticed Emily first. "Dad," she whispered, "that lady looks really sad." Daniel glanced toward the entrance and watched Emily slowly walking away. Without hesitation, he stood up. "Excuse me, ma'am." Emily turned. "We're almost finished eating. Please take our table." Emily looked surprised. "Oh, no. I couldn't do that." Lily smiled brightly. "It's your birthday, isn't it? Birthdays are supposed to be happy." Emily blinked. "How did you know? You look like someone who's trying really hard not to cry." The little girl's honesty made Emily laugh for the first time that evening. Daniel smiled. "My daughter tells the truth before she remembers she's supposed to whisper." Emily finally accepted. "Thank you. That means more than you know." As Daniel and Lily gathered their things, the restaurant manager hurried over. "No, please don't leave. We can add another table." Within minutes, a small table was placed beside theirs. Instead of sitting alone, Emily found herself sharing dinner with 2 strangers. Conversation came naturally. Daniel worked as a middle school history teacher. His wife had passed away from cancer 3 years earlier. Since then, he had been raising Lily alone while working 2 jobs to make ends meet. Emily listened quietly. For the first time in years, nobody cared about her stock prices or business deals. They simply cared about her. When dessert arrived, Lily disappeared for a moment. She returned carrying a tiny cupcake with 1 candle. The restaurant became quiet. Lily began singing, "Happy Birthday." Soon every customer joined in. Emily covered her face as tears rolled down her cheeks. No one sung that song to me in years, she whispered. Daniel gently said, everyone deserves someone to celebrate with. That sentence stayed in Emily's heart. As the evening ended, Emily thanked them once more. I'll never forget tonight. Daniel smiled. You don't owe us anything. Emily nodded. I know. The next morning, Daniel arrived at school to discover workers repairing the old playground that had been broken for years. The principal looked confused. A private donor paid for everything. No name was listed. Over the next month, the school received new computers, books, musical instruments, and scholarships for struggling families. Nobody knew who had made it possible. Meanwhile, Emily couldn't stop thinking about Daniel and Lily. For years she had believed people only wanted her money or influence. But those two had expected absolutely nothing. One evening Emily visited the school. She watched children laughing on the new playground. Daniel spotted her. You did this? Emily smiled softly. I wanted your students to have opportunities they deserve. Daniel shook his head. You've already done enough. Emily looked around. I don't think so. She started volunteering at the school's reading program every Friday afternoon. The children loved her stories. Lily proudly introduced her to everyone as, my birthday friend. Months passed. Emily slowly became part of their little family. She attended school plays. Cheered at soccer games. Helped with homework. And every Sunday they shared dinner together. For the first time in years, Emily stopped eating alone. One snowy December evening, Lily handed Emily a handmade Christmas card. Inside were simple words written in colorful crayons. Thank you for letting us love you. Emily quietly wiped away another tear. No business award had ever touched her heart like those 7 words. Years later, when Emily stepped down as CEO, reporters asked her the secret behind her greatest investment. Many expected her to mention artificial intelligence or technology. Instead, she smiled. The best investment I ever made wasn't in a company. It was in people who taught me that kindness is worth more than billions. She never mentioned that it all started because a little girl noticed someone standing alone. Every birthday after that was celebrated together. Not because of wealth. Not because of success. But because 3 lonely hearts had become one family through a simple invitation to share a table. If there's one lesson in this story, it's this. You never know what someone is carrying behind their smile. A kind word, an empty chair, a simple wave, or an invitation to sit beside you might become the moment that changes someone's entire life. Kindness doesn't ask how rich, successful, or important a person is. It simply reaches out with love. So today, look around. Someone may be waiting for the same kindness that changed Emily's life. And when you choose compassion over convenience, you may discover that the greatest gift you ever give becomes the greatest blessing you ever receive.